Under the dim light of dawn, two paths of footprints stretch across the frost-covered road. Cheong walks in silence behind the merchant liaison, leaving her beloved childhood home behind forever. Pausing on the snowy path, Cheong turns back toward the distant, sleeping village. She bows deeply to her father's home, her silent tears wetting the cold earth, while the merchant waits respectfully. The merchant liaison steps closer, gently assuring her that the promised 300 bags of rice have safely reached the temple. Hearing that the vow is secured, Cheong feels a quiet relief. As the cold sea breeze begins to drift over the final mountain pass, Cheong folds her hands in quiet prayer. She begs the heavens to release her father from all earthly debt. Reaching the harbor, Cheong steps carefully onto the vast wooden deck of the merchant ship. The representative welcomes her with quiet reverence, acknowledging the weight of her immense and brave sacrifice. Pointing to the sturdy rails and protected corners of the deck, the representative shows Cheong where she can remain safe during the voyage. She sits quietly, listening with soft, attentive eyes. Resting in a quiet corner, Cheong gently pulls the red ribbon from her bodice. Touching the soft fabric, she remembers her father's warm hands and their final, tearful embrace at dawn. The representative calls out, signaling the start of their long journey. Cheong swallows her rising sorrow, securing the red ribbon tightly against her chest as the great ship glides forward. As the ship moves smoothly across the calm waters, Cheong watches the distant mountains of her homeland slowly recede. The sea is peaceful, yet a quiet loneliness settles deep within her heart. As the open waters cause the deck to tilt, Cheong rises, trying to find her footing. The representative immediately steps forward, offering his hand to steady her on the moving ship. As dusk falls over the endless water, Cheong sits beside a flickering paper lantern. The warm glow brings back memories of simple evenings at home, preparing dinner for her beloved father. Sitting beneath the darkening sky, the representative gently explains the perilous waters of the Indang Sea ahead. Cheong listens calmly, accepting the heavy truth of the ocean's unpredictable temper. Standing tall, Cheong reassures him that this path was her own free choice. She asks that no one carry the weight of blame or sorrow for the sacrifice she willingly makes. Deeply moved, the representative bows low to the young girl. He solemnly vows to protect her father and ensure that the temple's promise remains honored for the rest of his days. Suddenly, the night wind rises with a fierce howl, causing the deck lantern to swing wildly. Dark clouds swallow the stars, and both look up at the gathering storm in the sky. As the wind turns violent, the representative reaches out to guide Cheong away from the exposed edge. He secures her in a sheltered spot, bracing the ship against the oncoming waves. Blinding rain and crashing waves wash over the deck. Cheong clings tightly to a wooden pillar, using all her strength to stay upright as the ship tosses violently in the dark. A massive wave lifts the vessel high. Screaming through the storm, the representative points toward the roaring vortex, announcing that they have finally reached the dreaded waters of the Indang Sea. Trembling amidst the driving rain, Cheong does not hide her fear, yet she declares her unwavering resolve to fulfill her promise. Her voice rings clear against the deafening roar of the sea. Weeping, the representative reaches out one last time, telling her she can still turn back and choose life. Cheong sits quietly in the rain, reflecting deeply on her final choice. With absolute clarity, Cheong rises slowly to her feet. Standing firm on the unstable deck, she answers that her mind is resolved and she will gladly go forward for her father. Cheong reaches toward the representative, asking once more to confirm that the 300 bags of rice have cleared her father's sacred debt. She seeks only peace for his soul. Bowing deeply, the representative reassures her that the vow is fulfilled and no debt remains. Hearing these words, a profound, serene peace washes over Cheong's tired but beautiful face. Pressing the red ribbon to her heart, Cheong closes her eyes. Picturing her father's face one last time, she whispers a tender, final farewell into the cold and howling wind. As the moment arrives, Cheong bows deeply to the representative. She thanks him for keeping his word and prays that the ship and its crew will find safe passage home. Unable to watch, the representative steps aside with heavy tears. Cheong takes her final, quiet steps across the rain-slicked deck, walking steadily toward the dark edge where the waves roar. Standing at the edge, Cheong looks down into the churning depths of the Indang Sea. She folds her hands, offering a final, heartfelt prayer that her father's eyes may open. Unfastening the red ribbon, Cheong releases it into the howling gale. She watches her last earthly keepsake fly away, letting go of all fear as the silk dances in the wind. As the ribbon drifts over the waves, Cheong leaps from the rail, offering herself to the deep waters of the Indang Sea. The dark ocean opens to receive her sacred sacrifice. The violent waves wrap around Cheong's gentle form, pulling her down into the silent deep. Only the bright red ribbon remains on the surface, bobbing lonely on the water's edge. The representative falls to his knees at the empty rail. Overcome with grief, he cries her name into the storm, bowing low to the sea in deep reverence and sorrow. Miraculously, the towering waves begin to subside almost immediately. As the raging wind softens into a gentle breeze, the representative looks up, stunned by the sudden calm of the sea. Resolving to never forget her noble heart, the representative stands and takes the helm once more. He steers the ship forward onto the now quiet waters, carrying her memory with him. The ship fades into the horizon as the Indang Sea returns to a glassy calm. Cheong's profound sacrifice rests deep within the quiet waters, waiting for the promise of a new dawn.